Hey, maybe you're just looking to get caught up. Things slip through the cracks in the gaming news world. So today, we're just rounding up 20 cool new games that have been announced. Not all of them have release dates, those are subject to change, but these are definitely some things maybe to look forward to. We got a really diverse lineup of games here. Big AAA games, weird indie experiments, middle AA games. There's something for everyone here, so we just wanted to chat. 20 games, so like I said, let's get started off with number 20. Darksiders 4 has been announced. Yeah, have you heard about this? This is pretty sweet. Unfortunately, not really a lot of information other than a pretty vague teaser trailer that just teases the original character returning, War, which I think is very cool. Maybe it's going to be a return to form for the series, we don't know, but it's been quite some time since Darksiders 3, which I don't think was the best game in this series, but this may be a return to form. A lot of people are kind of guessing that from what the trailer implies. It's Gunfire Games, the people behind the franchise, and that's good. The series feels like it's in good hands at this point. Like I said, no release date yet. At the time of recording this video, it was just announced, but a Steam page is live, so it is definitely real. But as of right now, we're just gonna keep looking forward to this one because this series just has so much potential. Despite there being ups and downs, it's just got, you know, typically really fun game design, cool characters, great art direction, and it's just an old-fashioned video game. Next, over at number 19, we have Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival. This is actually from the studio behind Warhammer 40k, Space Marine 2, Saber Interactive. And to be honest, they've had a lot of hits recently, so for them to take on this classic horror franchise, that's pretty sweet. It also doesn't seem like they're half-assing it. This is a first-person survival horror adventure that looks like it's got all the elements of Hellraiser. Of course, the mysterious cube, Pinhead himself, tons of gore, pain, and pleasure. All those elements here are on full display, so we're excited to see how this goes. If they can keep all of those cool, iconic horror elements, but also just make a genuinely good first-person survival horror game, this could be one to watch. Next at number 18, switching gears completely. Yes, that pun was intentional. This is Car Park Capital. What is this? Well, it's a car park simulator, straight up. No, it's not simulating you parking the cars, it's you owning parking lots. What a fantasy, am I right? It seems like a pretty profitable thing though, because that's what this game is all about. Building parking lots, charging different fees for people to park, managing these things, and profiting. In my personal opinion, it's a pretty boring idea, but the trailer actually has a lot of character to it, a lot of personality to it. It's tongue-in-cheek, it gets it, it's making fun of it, so they could have something on their hands here. Car Park Capital is apparently coming to PC soon. Next, over at number 17, we have Sacred 2 Remaster. That's the title. They're just calling it straight up Sacred 2 Remaster. This is a remaster of the 2008 top-down action RPG, and it looks like it's retaining all the charm. The visual style, yes, is remastered, but it still, to me, kind of looks and feels like a game from 2008. It was in the heyday of the PC, PS3, Xbox 360 days, and Sacred 2 was definitely something. It found an audience, and I'm curious to see if it can actually find a new audience in 2025. With the mainstream success of a lot of recent PC RPGs of all different kinds, you know, Baldur's Gate 3, Pillars of Eternity, Path of Exile, I think Sacred 2 might definitely be for some people. You got 6 hero characters, a bunch of loot, and hacking and slashing. No release date yet, other than just coming soon. Next, over number 16, we have Solo Leveling Karma. This is, of course, based on the beloved anime, and this is a roguelite action RPG, all set in this now famous universe. It's top-down action, and it's for PC and mobile. It definitely looks a little bit more on the mobile side, but we figured we'd mention it because we know a lot of people out there do love solo leveling, so yeah. Can it be a Hades-style solo leveling game? Here's hoping. Now at number 15, something totally different, it's Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 was recently announced, it's coming into open beta soon, and having gotten our hands on a preview, work-in-progress version of the game, it is shaping up to be pretty cool. It's definitely a return to form, very much feeling like Battlefield 3 and 4, which for a lot of people are one of the highlights of this series. Traditional boots-on-the-ground combat, class-based systems, and of course, tons of destruction. Now, it's shaping up to be pretty cool. We came away pretty positive, but we don't know, essentially, the full content offering, the state of servers at launch, and how EA is going to add some extra monetization or microtransactions. There's always a tendency to screw those things up, but for now, we're remaining cautiously optimistic, and we're looking forward to getting our hands on the open beta, but also the full game when it releases in October. Next, over at number 14, we have Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. Honestly, I know it just seems like a simple remake, remaster, but in all honesty, I think it's nice to see Plants vs. Zombies in 2025. At this point, it's like a comfort food. From the developers, this is the classic gameplay style with enhancements for the modern era. And I'm not gonna lie, it does look pretty gorgeous. The sprites, the animation, the backdrops, it's just all really vibrant. And it's kind of always what I imagined the original game, was in my head, playing it on my little low-res phone back in the day. Obviously, Plants vs. Zombies has grown so beyond this, but to see the original game return with such love is pretty sweet. And speaking of zombies, it's launching just in time for spooky season, October 23rd. Next up, at number 13, we have Agefield High Rock the School. Now, despite the really awkward, frankly kind of bad title, this is a good idea for a game. The developers here, seemingly a very small team, this looks like a bit more of an indie project, they've apparently heard the people begging for a new bully game and decided to make one themselves. This game looks like it's just a high school simulator. You run around, you do pranks, you get in fights, get in hijinks, go to classes, and it's set in kind of like the early 2000s, so it's giving it a distinct identity. This has a lot of potential. All we really have is this trailer that has already been making people pretty excited, but I'm waiting to see more. Still, I think it's a cool idea, and it could really fill a void, a weird kind of open school gameplay void that people have been looking for a while now, and it's set to release in early 2026. Next, over at number 12, Shark Dentist. You ever hear an idea for a game and just go, yeah, all right, cool, I know what that is? That's Shark Dentist. It is exactly what you think it is, and that's refreshing. It's a game where you look at sharks in first person and you perform dental surgery of all kinds. You're looking into these massive mouths and using all types of medical tools and power tools to help these sharks out. But it's got a bit of a grimdark tone to it, and apparently there's a big element of danger. According to the way it's been described, balance tactics, luck, and limited resources to heal your patient without losing your life. Because of course, spending time in a shark's mouth is probably pretty dangerous. This is from a smaller studio. We don't know too much about their history, but the game is being dubbed as a simulation, which I think is pretty fun. No release date yet, but they are encouraging playtest signups. Next, over at number 11, we have SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide. With the resurgence of popularity with SpongeBob, with the re-release of Battle for Bikini Bottom, now they're giving us a whole new title, a platforming adventure featuring SpongeBob and Patrick, and you're going to be able to swap between them on the fly and combine abilities and just combat and platform through this pretty compelling world. It's essentially King Neptune versus Flying Dutchman, and you're caught in the middle of it. You know, as someone who watched SpongeBob for many years, just looking at this, you know, the reveal and everything, it actually looks like some unique adventuring for SpongeBob and Patrick, and I think this far along, for it to feel that way, is pretty impressive. No release date yet, but this could be some good, you know, clean, simple, family-friendly fun. Next, over at number 10, we have Wanderburg. If you watch the Friday news show we do here on gameranx every Friday, you probably remember us mentioning this one. This is just a really cool idea. This is a minimalist open world action roguelike where you drive around on these mobile castles that are fit for battle. It's essentially you going around battling other mobile castles, gathering resources to try and make your big castle bigger and bigger. It's a simple but really cool idea, and I hope they see it through. I just think it has a lot of potential, right? Like, castle tanks are cool, castle tank battles are really cool. It's just, you know, it could definitely be something. As of right now, it's slated for 2026. Next, over at number 9, we have Beneath. Now, this is billed as a Lovecraftian first-person survival horror adventure. You're this diver that goes down into this nightmarish base, and you're fighting off the horrors of the abyss. And how are you doing that? You're shooting them with guns. Honestly, to me, this game kind of gives me the vibe of like a spiritual successor to Fear, in just that style of shooting, dark atmosphere, but now with Lovecraftian elements. I don't know, this could be really cool. If you're looking for a good, moody first-person shooter, this might be it. No release date other than on their Steam listing, it says 2025. Next, over at number 8, we have Octopath Traveler 0. This is a new Octopath Traveler game, and it's you creating a character and setting out after your town burns down. And not only are you out there adventuring, doing Octopath Traveler style RPG stuff with a charming party, but you're also building a town. And I love that. I think JRPG town building is an incredibly underrated feature. And when games nail it, it is perfect. So for Octopath Traveler to take that on, right? Like with that art style, that vibe, this could be kick-ass. It's slated for all the platforms and it's releasing in December. Next, over at number 7, Once Upon a Katamari. It's been a long time since we've gotten a new full-on Katamari game, and man, this looks awesome. It looks like Katamari, pretty much what you'd expect. You'll roll around, you run stuff over, you collect stuff, you get bigger. But in new settings, with new features, new story, and a lot more customization, as well as a new multiplayer mode. If you've seen the trailer for this and you think, this looks pretty weird, you should definitely check out the original Katamari Damacy just to kind of get built up for this one, because man, these games, I know they look weird on the surface, but like they are weird, but they're also incredibly fun to play. So I'm really hoping Once Upon a Katamari continues that when it releases October 24th. Next, over at number 6, we have Alien Rogue Incursion. What was once slated as just an alien-themed VR game now is a full-on first-person alien game. It's not quite Alien Isolation. It looks like they're doing something a little bit different, but it looks like it could potentially be pretty cool. You're an ex-colonial marine too, so like you can kick some ass in this game. I'm expecting, from what we've seen, it does look pretty faithful, at least to the source material, the tech, the dark atmosphere, the scary elements, all that. And look, I say that because we actually haven't played it, but it's been available in VR on PC, PSVR 2, MetaQuest. But now this new version of it, where everybody can play it, is releasing in September. And we're pretty excited to see how it is, finally. Next, over at number 5, we have Into the Unwell. This one kind of flew under the radar back at Summer Games Fest. A lot of other things were announced, and people didn't really mention this one, but I think it's really cool. This is a third-person action roguelike game that you can play with up to 2 friends, but look at this distinctly cartoony style. I absolutely love what they got going on here with this. The combat, the style, the visual effects on screen, and the sense of humor. Obviously, it's based on old cartoons, which is something I absolutely love. But with that, it's kind of also giving me Conker's Bad Fur Day vibes. But I think with like the main cartoon character trying to drag himself out of a bad situation, this has also just got like a unique, charming hook to it. Apparently on Steam, it's gonna have a closed beta, and I'm looking forward to signing up to that. Next, over at number 4, we have Fatekeeper. Man, if you didn't catch this trailer that released recently, this game looks absolutely sick. This is a first-person fantasy RPG with just some really, really good visuals. Along with that, it looks like it's got some good, crunchy first-person combat. This isn't just like an Oblivion or Skyrim swinging your sword at stuff. Here, the combat looks really reactive. Not only that, it's also just Unreal Engine 5 as hell. I mean, look at this thing visually. Apparently the game's gonna have like puzzles, actual RPG mechanics, a story, and honestly, that's what people want. But it's all in a handcrafted world. Of course, is this just gonna be all visuals? Is it gonna be all glitz and no actual substance? We don't know for sure, but we're looking forward to getting our hands on it to really check it out. Apparently, it's coming to early access on PC this winter. Now down at number 3, if you thought Pal World was a good spin on Pokemon, it took that formula and ran with it. Well, it looks like we're getting more games like that with this, Tamer Town. Check this out. This is like a Pokemon-style town builder. So if you've ever dreamed of building like a Pallet Town or Cerulean City or whatever, this could be it. It's got like intuitive town building mechanics, but also Pokemon elements. You're going to be able to build a stadium and battle different creatures that are, of course, legally distinct from Pokemon. Apparently, these creatures that are dubbed Mokatons help you build the city, and it's all strategy. So I love city builders, and I'll welcome any new creative spin on that style of game. With a dash of Pokemon, it could be a match made in heaven, as long as Nintendo doesn't come and sue them. As of right now, it's apparently coming in 2027. Now down at number 2, we're getting even more creative with Frostliner. This is a post-apocalyptic train strategy game made by a very small team, and essentially you're commanding this train, going around trying to get more survivors and resources, and fighting off the harsh elements and maybe some other stuff. If you've played Frostpunk and you're like, man, I wish this was just a train and not a city, this might be your game. If you watched movies like Snowpiercer and you were like, man, I wish this was a game, well, this also might be for you. I think this is just like a match made in video game heaven, and I'm excited to see how far they take it. Managing your train, managing your resources, dropping things, building things as you go, I just think this is really cool. As of right now, apparently it's releasing in 2026 for PC. Now down at number 1, check this out. This is End of Abyss. This is being published by Epic Games, and it's actually from a lot of the people behind the Little Nightmares games. So what this essentially is kind of like a sci-fi horror themed Little Nightmares game, but with guns. You're this little diver explorer person, and you're exploring these horrific, dark, creepy environments, making your way through, with some video gamey type elements as well as some cinematic horror and weird, creepy boss battles. In a lot of ways, it kind of looks like a smart combination between something like the Little Nightmares games and Inside. I think that's what some players, especially if you like those types of games, like that's definitely what you want to hear. Obviously, this one is still kind of shrouded in some mystery. We've seen a little bit of it behind the scenes, and it does seem pretty cool. It's actually surprisingly challenging. It's apparently coming to PC and the consoles sometime in 2026. But those are 20 upcoming games that were recently announced that we just think might be pretty cool. Like I said, we had a really big variety of things here. Remakes, anime tie-ins, horror games, indie game, AA games, AAA games like Battlefield 6. So just let us know what you're thinking about some of these recent games. We just wanted to chat about some gaming news with you guys, so let us know anything you think at all. If you like this video though, and you like just kind of talking games with us every single day, clicking the like button's all you gotta do. It helps us out. We appreciate it. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.